story of the Good Samaritan. Jesus always surprised people by knowing Jewish religious rules inside and out, back to front. Many religious leaders and holy men who had spent their whole lives studying the laws were jealous of Jesus' knowledge, so they would ask tricky questions to try to catch him out. One day, a lawyer came up to Jesus and asked, "What must I do to win eternal life?" "What does the law tell you to do?" Jesus answered simply. "To love God with all my heart and soul, and to love my neighbour as I love myself." The lawyer reeled off smugly, showing his knowledge. "Exactly," said Jesus. "If you already know, why are you asking me?" "Ah, but who is my neighbour?" the man asked, feeling confident that he had posed a question far too difficult for Jesus to answer. "Let me tell you a story," Jesus said. Without a moment's hesitation, there was once a man travelling on the road from Jerusalem to Jericho. Suddenly, a group of bandits sprung out from behind some rocks and attacked him. There was no one around to hear the traveller's cries for help. The bandits beat him, robbed him of all his possessions, and left him for dead. After a while, a priest came walking down the road, Jesus continued. He wondered what a bundle of rags was doing in the middle of the road and went over to have a look. As soon as the priest saw that the heap was actually a man lying bleeding in the dust, he quickly crossed to the other side of the road. He didn't want to know what had happened or have anything to do with it. The lawyer gasped. How could such a holy man not help someone in need? The next traveller to approach was a Levite, Jesus carried on. "This man is sure to help," said the lawyer. Jews from the tribe of Levi were so God-fearing that priests were always chosen from among them. The Levite shuddered in disgust when he saw the battered and bruised man barely alive, Jesus continued. Like the priest before him, he crossed to the far side of the road and walked away. Now the lawyer was really shocked. A holy Levite should have known better. Next, a Samaritan passed by, Jesus announced. The lawyer pulled a face. Samaritans were the people who had been sent to live in Israel when the Jews were taken away as slaves by the Babylonians. The Jews hated the Samaritans for taking their land. They also looked down on the Samaritans because they weren't God's chosen people and often didn't worship God at all. The lawyer thought the Samaritan probably went over to see if there were anything left to steal. But Jesus continued. The Samaritan was appalled when he saw the dying man and rushed to help. He gave the poor man some water, heaved him up onto his donkey, and hurried to the nearest town. There he paid an innkeeper to take him in and look after him until he was better. The lawyer was flabbergasted. Which of the travellers would you say was the neighbour of the attacked man? Jesus asked. The one who helped him, stuttered the lawyer. Right, said Jesus. Now go and behave like the Samaritan.
Here are some questions for you to think about. Who do you think are your neighbours? If someone fell down, would you help them or keep going and ignore them? If you fell down, what would you want people to do? What would you do if you saw someone being treated in a mean manner?